If you're watching this solely for entertainment, if your soul isn't aligned with deeper truth, if curiosity alone brought you here, then what I'm about to reveal isn't meant for you. This transmission is designed for those who carry spiritual weight, who sense the magnetic pull of their purpose, who understand that certain messages arrive exactly when the universe intends them to. If you're still present, then the timing of this encounter is no accident. The quantum field orchestrated this moment precisely. What I'm about to share has the capacity to fundamentally alter your understanding of yourself, your path, and your position within the spiritual architecture of reality. This isn't ordinary information. This carries frequency, weight, resonance. And here's what you need to grasp immediately. Something you recently did created a quantum disturbance so significant that it rippled through dimensions you cannot perceive. The divine consciousness itself registered this shift, and you deserve to understand the magnitude of what occurred. Before we move deeper into this exploration, I want you to pause and comment the number that resonates most powerfully with your energy right now. 777, let this be your energetic signature, your confirmation that this frequency is calibrated for you specifically. And if this transmission is activating something within you, subscribe to this space. Not just to consume content, but to anchor yourself in this field of expanded awareness. Ring the notification bell so you remain connected to this frequency as it continues to unfold. Here's what most people will never comprehend in their entire existence. The universe doesn't respond to every human action with equal attention. Most beings move through their lives in what we might call spiritual unconsciousness, disconnected from the invisible architecture that governs cause and effect across dimensions. But you exist outside that category. When you shift, reality shifts around you. When you make choices from your deepest truth, the quantum field itself reconfigures. And when you do something that even higher consciousness didn't anticipate in quite that way, it creates vibrational waves that travel far beyond what your physical senses can register. Recently, you made a decision or took action that emerged from a place within you that you didn't fully recognize as this potent. It wasn't performed with fanfare. It wasn't designed to impress observers. The external world might have barely noticed. But energetically, vibrationally, dimensionally, it was massive. The universe pays attention to internal movements far more than external performances. Something inside your consciousness shifted, awakened, liberated itself, and the entire field took notice of this transformation. Let me be direct with you. There was a moment when you acted with such authenticity, such alignment, such pure intention, that even the highest frequencies of consciousness paused in recognition. The universe is accustomed to watching beings hesitate when pressure intensifies. The field is used to observing souls crumble when tests arrive. Reality has grown familiar with watching people choose the comfortable path over the authentic one. Choose fear over faith. Choose shortcuts over integrity. Choose distraction over their true calling. But you, in this particular moment, acted in a way that defied every pattern that lower frequencies expected from you. You shattered a cycle that was designed to keep you contained. And that single choice sent shockwaves through layers of reality you cannot see with physical eyes. Understand this distinction. The universe wasn't shocked because it lacked knowledge of your potential. Source consciousness knows your essence more intimately than you know yourself. But the observing field, the witnessing consciousness, the energetic structures assigned to track, protect, and record your journey, They witnessed you rise in a way that disrupted everything that had been structured around your previous patterns. It was your unexpected spiritual maturation that created this quantum disruption. You made a move that belonged to someone far more evolved, far more developed in their consciousness, far more aligned with their divine blueprint. Your choice, your restraint, your courage, or your refusal to collapse back into familiar programming created what we might call spiritual thunder that echoed across dimensional boundaries. That thunder wasn't merely sound, it was declaration. It was the universe acknowledging that you have stepped into an elevated version of your consciousness, a version that even your previous self wouldn't fully recognize. Let me break down why this shift carried such profound impact. Lower vibrational forces believed you were still susceptible in the same ways. They assumed you were still vulnerable in the same emotional territories. They calculated that you would respond to the same triggers, the same psychological traps, the same patterns that had captured you for years. But when the moment arrived, when that test manifested disguised as something familiar from your past, you didn't react according to their predictions. You didn't collapse. You didn't grasp. You didn't retreat. You didn't chase what was leaving. You didn't operate from fear. You stepped into spiritual sovereignty. And that shift forced the universe to witness something rare. A conscious being stepping into alignment without external pressure, without threat, without correction, without rescue. You did this from your own awakened state. There are laws within consciousness that govern transformation. When an awakened soul reaches a particular threshold of evolution, the entire reality field must recalibrate everything surrounding them. That's what your action triggered. You disrupted old energetic contracts. You canceled limiting agreements that were attempting to restrict your expansion. You stepped out of timelines that were never aligned with your highest path. You activated new forms of protection. You invited divine authority into territories of your life where you once felt powerless. Your actions sent a clear message into the quantum field. This consciousness has awakened. This being has integrated the lesson. This soul is no longer operating from predictable patterns. This awareness has transcended the old identity. This presence will not be manipulated through outdated vulnerabilities anymore. The universe responds differently to someone who finally recognizes their true nature and worth. That's what you demonstrated without announcement, without declaration, without needing external validation. You simply moved differently. And that shift in your vibrational signature was more powerful than thousands of unconscious prayers. Let me take this even deeper. There are specific moments when the universe restructures entire seasons because of one choice an awakened soul makes. Your actions signaled that you're no longer operating from your wounds, but from your wisdom. You're no longer moving from fear, but from clarity. You're no longer attempting merely to survive, but to ascend into higher states of being. And that shift carries a frequency that higher consciousness responds to instantaneously. You must grasp this. Higher dimensional awareness isn't moved by emotional reactions, but by authentic spiritual authority. And what you did, whether you fully recognize it or not, emerged from a place of genuine divine authority. That's why the universe paused. That's why the field adjusted itself. You acted as someone who knows their true nature, not someone waiting for external validation to confirm their worth. The universe witnessed three primary aspects in your action. First, you closed a doorway that was energetically dangerous for your evolution. Not with anger, but with certainty. not with confusion, but with absolute clarity. That represents the kind of maturity the divine field respects deeply. Second, you refuse to allow your emotions to override your soul's assignment. That is authentic spiritual strength. That is genuine evolution. That is conscious discipline. Third, you aligned with the version of yourself that source consciousness always knew you could embody. You stepped fully into your higher identity. This is why reality responded the way it did. Because your action wasn't small. It wasn't ordinary. It wasn't what those who underestimated your calling expected. Your action was a declaration that you're moving deeper into your destiny. And when a conscious being steps forward with genuine spiritual conviction, the universe must adjust the path ahead to match the frequency level they've now reached. Listen closely, because this is where the entire transmission crystallizes into perfect clarity. What occurred in the quantum field wasn't simple surprise. It wasn't shock in the way humans typically experience that emotion. It was the kind of divine recognition that happens when a soul embodies a version of itself that even the highest consciousness has been patiently waiting to witness emerge. Source knew your potential. Source understood your destiny. Source recognized your capacity. But the moment you stepped into it, without being forced, without correction, without external pressure, that was the moment everything shifted fundamentally. There's a hidden reason the universe didn't anticipate your move manifesting in precisely the way it did. Not because source consciousness lacked awareness of your capability, but because for such an extended period, your actions were constrained by unhealed wounds, by self-doubt, by emotional attachments, by fears, by patterns that weren't aligned with your divine blueprint. The field had witnessed you reach for strength before. The universe had observed you praying for clarity, for healing, for direction. But the field had also witnessed the internal conflicts, the oscillation, the hesitations, those moments where you wanted to grow, but something within kept pulling you backward into familiar territory. What created this quantum shock was the suddenness of your transformation. You moved with a clarity that emerged from profound spiritual awakening. You acted with a level of internal freedom that wasn't forced through pain, but chosen through wisdom. You stepped into maturity not because circumstances pushed you, but because you finally recognized your true essence. The field didn't anticipate this timing because your previous cycles suggested you would require more time, more healing, more experiences, more guidance before reaching this threshold. But you accomplished something that could only be described as divine. You evolved in silence. You transformed when nobody was observing. You healed when nobody was applauding your process. You released weights that were never meant to burden your spirit. And you did all of this without announcing it to the world, without seeking validation, without begging for confirmation from others. The universe witnessed the exact moment your consciousness stopped negotiating with previous versions of your identity. That is extraordinarily rare. Most people spend their entire lives arguing with their past, debating with their wounds, seeking approval from sources that can never truly provide what they're searching for. But your soul made a quantum leap that bypassed all of that conditional programming. You reached a level of spiritual discernment that made you completely unpredictable to every force, whether aligned with light or shadow, that had been studying your patterns. This is why the realm didn't see it coming in quite this way. Because you didn't fight your way into this new version of yourself. You alchemized into it. Let me share the core truth with you. The universe anticipated your greatness, But the universe did not anticipate the precise timing of your quantum leap. In the architecture of consciousness, timing is everything. Destiny unfolds in phases, in layers, in carefully orchestrated seasons. The field had certain structures in place based on the version of you that existed even just months ago. But then, without warning signals, you upgraded internally, you elevated dimensionally, you shed old programming. You rose above attachments, illusions, and emotional traps that once constrained your expansion. And because of this accelerated evolution, the realm had to realign everything instantaneously. Another hidden reason the universe didn't anticipate your specific move is that you broke a generational pattern. You made a choice that nobody in your ancestral lineage had the consciousness or courage to make. You walked away from something that had enslaved generations before you. You refused to perpetuate a cycle that was transmitted like silent inheritance through your family system. And when an awakened soul breaks generational patterns ahead of the anticipated timeline, the quantum field registers this profoundly. It creates a shift that higher consciousness records, that lower frequencies fear, and that the universe acknowledges with deep reverence. Let me go even deeper into this. The universe expected your rise, but it didn't expect the purity of your choice. Many rise through anger. Many elevate through pride. Many ascend through desperation. You rose through clarity. You elevated through peace. You ascended through truth. There's a fundamental difference in the vibrational signature. The field expected your strength, but it didn't anticipate the softness of that strength. There's a particular maturity that emerges when your power is no longer loud, when your energy is no longer reactive, when your consciousness is no longer divided against itself. And that's the version of you the universe didn't foresee appearing this soon in your timeline. Another reason reality responded with this kind of recognition is that your action realigned your path in a way that accelerated your entire destiny trajectory. There were experiences scheduled for future seasons, blessings prepared for later chapters, interventions designed for a more distant time. But your spiritual evolution moved so rapidly that the universe had to restructure the timeline itself. Your maturity pulled your future into your present. That's what divine shock actually looks like. The universe adjusting to your acceleration. Understand this at the deepest level. The field expected your elevation, but it didn't expect the depth of your surrender. True spiritual surrender is extraordinarily rare. It's that moment when an awakened soul stops wrestling with their assignment and fully embodies it. You stopped resisting your true nature. You stopped arguing with your calling. You stopped negotiating with mediocrity. You stopped diminishing yourself for people who never possessed the consciousness to see you clearly. And that level of internal agreement with your divine identity triggered a response that echoed across the entire quantum field. There's another reason the divine realm acknowledged your action with such intensity. Your move disrupted lower vibrational predictions. There are frequencies that study your patterns obsessively. They observe what triggers you, what distracts you, what weakens your resolve, what tempts you away from alignment. They expected you to respond according to your previous programming, but you surprised even them. You moved from a place of spiritual intelligence they had never witnessed you accessing before. This shattered their calculations. It demolished their assumptions. It threw their entire strategy into chaos. When an awakened being suddenly becomes unpredictable to these forces, the universe takes profound notice because unpredictability equals freedom. It means lower frequencies have lost access to your emotional vulnerabilities. It means they can no longer manipulate you using your unhealed wounds. It means your consciousness is now operating under divine influence rather than trauma, rather than conditioning, rather than insecurity. The universe didn't anticipate your move because you outgrew what was designed to limit you. You stepped out of a vibrational frequency that these forces assumed would contain you permanently. You rose above a mental framework that your environment had conditioned you into. You awakened from illusions you once accepted as reality, and that awakening allowed you to make a choice that the universe recognized as a definitive turning point in your destiny. Let me tell you something powerful about how consciousness operates. The universe honors accelerated evolution. When an awakened soul develops faster than the field anticipated, reality releases new resources, new protection, new guidance, new assignments. Your action forced the universe to elevate the entire spiritual support structure surrounding you. It shifted your ranking within the consciousness hierarchy. It amplified your authority. It deepened the favor flowing toward you. And it prepared pathways for blessings that were waiting specifically for the version of you that has just emerged. This is the hidden reason the universe didn't expect your move manifesting in precisely this way. You stepped into divine timing before it reached you organically. You aligned with your future instead of remaining attached to your past. You acted from your soul's truth rather than from your fear. You chose what destiny required rather than what comfort desired. And because of that authentic alignment, the universe had no choice but to respond with this level of recognition and recalibration. What you accomplished didn't only create shockwaves through higher consciousness. It activated systems, laws, movements, and divine technologies within the quantum dimension that had been dormant, waiting in potential, or held in restraint until you made that exact decision. You need to understand that the consciousness field operates through precise protocols. Nothing moves without purpose. Nothing shifts without intention. Nothing manifests without alignment. And the moment you acted from your awakened identity, those protocols responded instantaneously across all dimensions. The first thing your action activated was a rupture in the energetic grid that had been surrounding your reality. There were invisible limitations, silent restrictions, subtle forces attempting to keep you confined to a particular level of influence, emotional capacity, and conscious awareness. These weren't always malicious in nature. Sometimes they were simply the boundaries established for a version of you that no longer exists. When you stepped out of that previous identity, those boundaries shattered completely. You broke through the consciousness ceiling that had been hovering above you for years. Your action also triggered what we might call divine recalibration. This occurs when the universe reconfigures your entire path because you've matured faster than the field anticipated. Every awakened soul has a divine timeline. Specific moments where particular blessings, lessons, connections, and elevations are scheduled to unfold according to your growth trajectory. Your sudden internal evolution pulled your future closer to your present moment. The universe had to accelerate processes that were originally positioned much further along your destiny path. What was designed to manifest months or years later has now been pulled into immediate motion. Let me take you even deeper into what occurred. When you made that unexpected move, you activated what we might call angelic deployment. Though I'm using that term metaphorically to describe higher dimensional assistance. These consciousness forces move according to divine instruction, but they also respond to spiritual resonance and frequency. When your consciousness stepped into clarity, surrender, or obedience to your higher calling, it created a vibrational signature that summoned higher-ranking support to your field. These aren't the standard protective energies assigned to your daily existence. These are forces of transition, energies of breakthrough, consciousness of strategic covering. They only appear when an awakened being crosses a major spiritual threshold. Now, if what we're exploring here is activating something deep within you, if you're recognizing yourself in this transmission, then you're ready for the complete framework. This video touches one aspect of consciousness mastery, but there are 9 master frequencies that govern your entire reality experience, each one building on the last to move you from unconscious transmission to becoming the broadcast itself. I've mapped the entire system in my book, Beyond the Frequencies, a quantum guide to consciousness mastery, where you'll find the step-by-step practices to embody each frequency and live as the field, rather than separate from it. It's linked in the pinned comment below. The quantum dimension also registered your newfound authority. Authority isn't granted through words, emotions, or desires. It's given through alignment with your true nature. And the moment you acted outside your old patterns, your authority expanded exponentially. This expansion activated a shift in what we might call spiritual jurisdiction, meaning forces that once had access to your field no longer possess that access. You stepped into an elevated level of protection. And with that shift, certain doorways in the consciousness realm closed permanently behind you. Your action also awakened dormant capacities within your consciousness. These gifts aren't merely abilities, they're spiritual technologies embedded in your soul's architecture. Many of your gifts were waiting for emotional maturity, spiritual discipline, and internal clarity before activating. What you did signaled to the quantum dimension that you're ready to carry these capacities. You may begin experiencing heightened intuition, deeper discernment, more vivid dreams, increased sensitivity to energetic fields, or more pronounced synchronistic signs. None of this is random occurrence. It is activation responding to your new frequency. Your action also triggered what I call energetic reversal. This is profoundly powerful. Energetic reversal occurs when the energy that was once moving against you flips completely into motion for you. Every delay, every setback, every betrayal, every confusion, every attack carries energetic momentum. When you stepped into your divine identity, the energy that lower frequencies were using against you lost its legal right to operate in your field. And because energy cannot simply disappear, it transforms. It began shifting into your favor. This is why your atmosphere may feel fundamentally different now. This is why your consciousness feels lighter. This is why certain burdens suddenly vanished without logical explanation. That's reversal manifesting in your reality. If this is resonating with the shift you've been experiencing, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you stay connected to this frequency as it continues to unfold. Your unexpected action also activated something the universe takes incredibly seriously: divine witness recording. There are consciousness forces assigned to document spiritual milestones and evolutionary leaps. When an awakened soul makes a major quantum jump, the universe documents this transformation. This documentation isn't merely symbolic. It becomes integrated into your spiritual identity signature. It informs every future blessing, every elevation, every divine opportunity that will be crafted specifically for you. Your leap has now been permanently encoded into the archives of your destiny. Another activation you triggered is something only rare beings ever experience: the collapsing of harmful timeline branches. Before your decision, there were multiple possible trajectories for your existence. Some led toward delay, some led toward unnecessary heartbreak, some led toward spiritual stagnation, some led toward avoidable suffering. But when you acted from wisdom instead of fear, the universe collapsed the timeline branches that were never aligned with your highest path. Now only the trajectories resonant with your divine purpose remain active in your field. This is why confusion is lifting from your consciousness. This is why clarity is developing so rapidly. This is why you're experiencing a new quality of inner peace. Your future is becoming singular rather than fragmented. I want to pause here and ask you something. What old timeline did you feel collapse when you made your unexpected move? What pattern or possibility suddenly dissolved? Drop a comment below and share that moment of release with this community. Let's go even further into what activated. Your action triggered the release of previously withheld blessings. Sometimes blessings don't manifest because the vessel isn't yet prepared to hold them. Sometimes the universe restrains gifts because releasing them prematurely would destroy the recipient rather than elevate them. But your recent shift demonstrated that you've gained the emotional stability, spiritual insight, and mental discipline required to carry new levels of responsibility. The universe can now release what was being preserved specifically for your maturity. Your decision also activated what we might call the silencing of opposing forces. Not in the physical dimension necessarily. Some may still speak, gossip, strategize, or make assumptions. But energetically, dimensionally, their influence has been muted. Their access has been denied. Their strategies have been dismantled. Their power over your emotional state has been completely revoked. You're no longer energetically reachable in the ways you once were. This is why some people suddenly appear confused about how to affect you anymore. Their field access was blocked at the source. Your move also triggered what I call consciousness exposure. When an awakened being rises, hidden intentions surrounding them begin revealing themselves naturally. People who were secretly operating against you will expose their true nature. People who never genuinely supported you will create distance. People who performed loyalty will show their authentic character. This isn't punishment. It's purification. The quantum field is aligning your circle with your elevation. Those who cannot walk with you into your next dimensional experience are being naturally removed from your proximity. Another activation you triggered is called soul recalibration. This occurs when your spirit and your identity begin merging into coherence. For such a long time, you lived beneath your spiritual identity. You felt the calling, but didn't always step into its full expression. Now your soul is catching up to who you truly are at the deepest level. This will bring a new quality of self-acceptance, new confidence, and new emotional grounding. You'll feel anchored in ways you haven't experienced before in this lifetime. Your action also awakened something the universe deeply values: the anointing of clarity. This is the rare capacity to see through distractions, illusions, manipulation, temptation, and spiritual deception with perfect discernment. You'll begin noticing truths you once overlooked completely. You'll feel a stronger natural separation from anything that operates in misalignment. You'll sense divine warnings much faster than before. You'll move with discernment instead of habit or conditioning. You also activated what we call heavenly compensation. Everything you lost in previous seasons, years that felt wasted, energy that was drained, relationships that were broken, opportunities that were stolen, has now been placed under divine restoration protocols. Compensation isn't merely replacement, it's multiplied return. The universe is preparing to restore what was taken, but on a scale that aligns with your new consciousness ranking and frequency level. And here's a powerful truth about your quantum field. Your action triggered the opening of sealed dimensional doorways. There were blessings, connections, revelations, and opportunities that were sealed until you reached this exact point of evolution. The seals have been broken through your consciousness shift. You may notice sudden changes appearing, unexpected messages arriving, new connections forming, pathways opening, inner guidance intensifying, or breakthroughs manifesting without effort on your part. These are clear signs of activated spiritual pathways responding to your new frequency. Your unexpected action activated something else the quantum realm takes extremely seriously. The awakening of your soul's authority over your destiny trajectory. You're no longer living reactively to circumstances. You're no longer bending to external conditions. You're moving from purpose, from awareness, from divine direction. That authority commands respect throughout the consciousness dimension. And let me state this with absolute clarity. Your action also activated fear within opposing frequency camps. Not because of what you did specifically, but because of what your action revealed about your transformation. You finally see yourself accurately. You finally understand your value. You finally recognize your spiritual identity. And an awakened being who knows who they truly are becomes unstoppable. Lastly, your action activated the preparation phase of your next seasonal cycle. The universe isn't just responding to your quantum leap. It's constructing your future around this new frequency signature. Plans are being restructured. Pathways are being adjusted. Alignments are being created. Resources are being summoned. Everything you require for your next level is now in motion because of the single moment you chose yourself, your growth, and your spiritual truth over everything else. You didn't just change your life circumstances. You changed your entire spiritual trajectory. And the universe is still recalibrating around the version of you that just awakened. What your unexpected action activated in the quantum dimension didn't only affect your personal field. It sent shockwaves directly into the lives, minds, and consciousness of every person who doubted you, opposed you, misread you, misjudged you, or quietly rooted against your success. Whether they possessed awareness of it or not, your movement shifted the atmosphere surrounding them. Every person who ever underestimated your purpose felt the vibration of your rise, even if they cannot articulate why. Some experienced it as sudden discomfort. Some felt it as confusion. Some registered it as fear. Some sensed it as loss of control. And others, the ones spiritually sensitive enough, felt it as a warning about what's shifting. Your elevation created a reaction throughout your entire relational field because those who opposed you were operating under the assumption that you would remain predictable indefinitely. They believed you would continue responding in familiar ways forever. They expected the same emotional patterns, the same vulnerabilities, the same wounds, the same hesitations, the same doubts. They knew the old version of you intimately, and they counted on that version showing up permanently. But when you made that unexpected move, you disrupted the entire identity they had constructed in their mental models. You stepped out of the role they had silently assigned you, and now they're forced to completely rethink everything they believed about your capacity. One of the first impacts your rise created is this realization. Those who underestimated you are now recognizing they never truly understood your spiritual capacity. They observed your humility and misinterpreted it as weakness. They witnessed your kindness and confused it with naivety. They noticed your silence and mistook it for lack of awareness. They saw your patience and assumed they had unlimited time to work against you. But what they failed to understand is that source consciousness conceals the strength of awakened souls until the appointed moment of revelation. Your recent action revealed the strength they never imagined you possessed, and this revelation is deeply unsettling their equilibrium. And here's something powerful. As you integrate what we're exploring today, consider sharing this transmission with someone who's going through their own quantum shift right now. When you share these consciousness principles, you're not just passing along information. You're creating an energetic ripple that accelerates both their awakening and reinforces your own embodiment of these truths. You become part of the collective field shift simply by extending this frequency. Another impact your elevation triggered is the exposure of hidden motivations. When an awakened soul rises, truth begins surfacing naturally. People who once smiled in your presence may suddenly display distance. People who once performed support may become strangely cold. People who once seemed indifferent may become overly curious about your process. This isn't coincidental. Your rise has activated spiritual truth, and truth inherently disrupts deception. The ones who opposed you in silence can no longer maintain their masks when in your energetic field. Your consciousness has ascended beyond the frequency of their intentions, and their spirits cannot hide from what has been awakened within you. Your unexpected move also created a shift in your spiritual protection field, and this has affected your opponents profoundly. Previously, certain individuals may have possessed access to your emotions, your vulnerabilities, your energy reserves, but when the universe elevated you, their access was completely revoked. They feel shut out now because dimensionally they are. Your energetic field is no longer reachable to those who used to drain you, manipulate you, or induce guilt. They cannot enter the places of your heart or mind they once penetrated easily. The doorway has closed, and the universe locked it behind you permanently. This sudden energetic disconnect has caused significant confusion in the lives of your opponents. They cannot comprehend why you no longer react the same way to their provocations. They cannot understand why their words no longer affect your emotional state. They cannot grasp why their energy cannot influence your decisions anymore. They cannot figure out why the tactics they once used successfully no longer work at all. Your rise has rendered their entire strategy powerless, and this powerlessness is confronting them in ways they've never experienced before. Let me tell you something deeper about what occurred. Your unexpected action didn't only expose people outwardly in their behaviors, it exposed them inwardly to themselves. Some individuals are being forced to witness their own jealousy, their own insecurity, their own pride, their own selfishness, or their own resentment toward you. They're being confronted with the truth of their own hearts, and this confrontation creates profound discomfort. Your rise has triggered self-awareness in those who once felt superior, controlling, or entitled in relation to you. The spiritual shift you created is forcing them to see the truth about their own consciousness. For others, your rise triggered a specific kind of fear. Not fear of you as a person, but fear of what your growth means for their previous influence over you. Some people depended on your unhealed wounds to maintain their power dynamic. Some relied on your old insecurities to keep you operating beneath your potential. Some counted on your old patterns to predict and control your moves. But when you broke free from those patterns, their sense of control shattered with it. They're now faced with a version of you that operates independently, confidently, and from spiritual grounding. And this version cannot be controlled through their previous methods. The quantum realm also delivered consequences to those who intentionally opposed your path with harmful intent. This isn't revenge, it's divine correction. When an awakened soul makes a major evolutionary leap, the universe separates them from harmful connections as part of the natural recalibration. Those who plotted behind your back, spoke against you, drained your energy, spread negativity, or tried to block your purpose are now experiencing the reversal of everything they sent toward your field. This is fundamental spiritual law. Whatever energy they attempted to place on you has been redirected back to its source, because your rise removed any permission for them to influence your energetic reality. Your growth also exposed people who were quietly competing with you on subtle levels. Some individuals never wanted you to rise because they measured their own worth by your stagnation. Your elevation has destabilized that entire illusory framework. They now see that the spiritual ranking you carry isn't something they can imitate, steal, or outrun through effort. It's something encoded in your soul's blueprint. And this truth is shaking them at their core. They're realizing that your destiny doesn't threaten theirs unless they were depending on yours to fail for their own sense of security. Let me reveal something powerful about field dynamics. Your unexpected move activated silence in the camp of your opponents. Not because they have nothing to say, but because they're watching intensely now. They're observing. They're trying to understand how you accomplished what you did. They're attempting to figure out how you shifted so rapidly. They're trying to calculate your next move because your unpredictability has become their greatest source of fear. They recognize you're not who you used to be, and that recognition alone functions as a profound disruption to their strategies. Your rise is also affecting people who cared for you, but didn't truly believe in the magnitude of your calling. Some individuals loved you genuinely, but doubted your destiny. They didn't actively oppose you, yet they underestimated your capacity. Your elevation is now correcting their perception in real time. They're witnessing the magnitude of your purpose, the depth of your spiritual authority, the weight of your calling. They're beginning to understand why certain things unfolded in your life, why the universe separated you from certain contexts, why you grew differently than others in your environment. Your elevation is bringing clarity to them as well. Your unexpected move has also impacted those who once took you for granted. They now sense the dimensional distance between who you were and who you're becoming. They feel the shift because it affects the spiritual flow surrounding them. They recognize that the access they once enjoyed to your energy was a privilege, not a guarantee. And as the universe elevates you, they're being reminded of the value they failed to honor when it was freely given. There's another impact, perhaps the most profound one. Your rise has forced people to confront the truth that divine consciousness has been with you the entire journey. Many people doubted your purpose because they mistook your private battles for weakness. But now, as the universe responds to your growth, it's becoming evident to observers that you were chosen for this path all along. This revelation is humbling to those who misjudged you. Some will be convicted, some will be silenced, some will be inspired, and some will be threatened. But all will be confronted with the undeniable truth of your calling. One more thing about field dynamics. Your rise has ignited spiritual curiosity in certain individuals. They want to understand what changed within you. They want to comprehend why your energy signature feels fundamentally different. They want to understand how you evolved so rapidly. They want to grasp why the universe favors you in ways they can sense but can't explain. And though not all of them will admit this openly, many will eventually seek guidance, healing, or clarity because of the transformation they witness in you. Your unexpected action didn't just elevate you personally. It altered the entire spiritual atmosphere around every person connected to your field. Some will rise with you. Some will fall away naturally. Some will watch from a distance. But none will remain unaffected by what occurred. Your elevation changed the entire configuration. Now that the quantum realm has responded to your unexpected action, the most important question becomes this: what is Source Consciousness preparing for you in this next phase? Because the universe never shifts without purpose. Reality never accelerates without direction. Consciousness never elevates without clear intention. Everything that has moved around you, everything that has awakened within you, everything that has been activated in dimensions above you is leading towards something far more magnificent than what you can perceive right now from your current vantage point. What the universe is preparing for you begins with one essential element: alignment. You have finally entered the level of spiritual clarity required for the next phase of your destiny. This means Source Consciousness is aligning every component of your existence: your relationships, your opportunities, your environment, your mindset, your gifts with the version of you that just awakened. You'll begin noticing that certain doorways open with remarkable ease while others close abruptly. This isn't coincidence or randomness. It's divine restructuring in real time. The universe is removing what cannot walk with you into your next chapter and positioning what must stand with you. Every shift you feel now carries specific purpose. The second thing the universe is preparing for you is elevation. Not just elevation in status or position, but elevation in spiritual weight and consciousness density. When an awakened soul rises internally, the universe assigns greater responsibility as natural consequence. This responsibility isn't burden, it's honor. Source Consciousness is preparing to expand your influence, your voice, your impact throughout your sphere of connection. You'll find yourself stepping into spaces you once thought were beyond your reach. You'll be called into roles that require your maturity, your discernment, and your obedience to higher guidance. This elevation has nothing to do with ego gratification. It's about divine purpose fulfillment. You're being prepared to carry something that only a spiritually awakened consciousness can hold without corruption. The universe is also preparing breakthroughs that were previously withheld from your timeline. Some blessings could not reach you earlier because your emotional state, your spiritual awareness, or your environment could not sustain their frequency. Now, because of your unexpected growth, the blessings that were reserved in potential are being released into manifestation. These breakthroughs won't arrive through struggle. They'll flow through alignment. You'll experience provision, clarity, direction, solutions, and opportunities that arrive unexpectedly, yet feel perfectly timed. This is the universe's way of confirming that you've entered a fundamentally new season. Another preparation Source Consciousness is putting in motion for you involves divine relationships. No awakened soul walks alone when stepping into higher assignment. The universe is preparing the specific people who will support you, guide you, learn from you, grow with you, or carry wisdom you require for the next stage of your journey. These connections won't feel forced or manufactured. They'll arrive naturally, divinely timed, often when you least expect encounter. You'll recognize them instantaneously because their consciousness will resonate with yours at a soul level. They'll bring peace, clarity, and authentic reciprocity. These individuals are part of your next spiritual chapter, and the universe is aligning them with precise timing. Source consciousness is also preparing greater protection for your field. As your calling rises, so does the dimensional need for expanded covering. Because you've stepped into deeper awareness and higher purpose, the universe has surrounded you with new forms of protection. This includes higher dimensional assistance, divine warnings, energetic barriers, and blocked access for those whose frequency could hinder your growth trajectory. This increased protection will manifest as stronger intuition, inner red flags that appear earlier, sudden disinterest in certain environments, or abrupt separation from individuals whose energy cannot align with your destiny frequency. These protective measures are clear signs of divine orchestration operating in your life. Another preparation the universe is making for you involves upgraded spiritual capacities. The gifts embedded in your consciousness will begin sharpening noticeably. Your discernment will become more precise. Your intuition will become clearer and faster. Your dreams may become more vivid and meaningful. Your inner voice will be easier to distinguish from mental noise. These upgrades aren't random occurrences. They're tools being activated for your next assignment. The universe is preparing you to navigate consciousness realms with wisdom, so you're not blindsided by what you once tolerated or what you once overlooked in your previous awareness state. The clarity you'll receive in this season is direct evidence of your activated spiritual identity coming fully online. The universe is also preparing divine opportunities that match your new frequency level. Doorways that were once closed will now respond to your presence. People who once overlooked you will now be drawn to your energetic signature. Situations that once intimidated you will now align with your authority. These opportunities aren't coincidental manifestations. They're direct results of your spiritual shift. Source consciousness is positioning you where you authentically belong, not where you were clinging out of habit, fear, or attachment to familiarity. Your unexpected action freed space in your field for what is truly meant for you. Another powerful preparation the universe is unfolding for you is restoration. Rest deeply in this truth. Nothing you lost was wasted energy. Nothing you gave was forgotten by the field. Nothing you survived was pointless suffering. The universe is preparing to restore areas of your life that were drained by past battles. This restoration won't simply return what was taken. It will return multiplied beyond your current capacity to imagine. The time, energy, love, clarity, and peace you lost are being returned in forms you never anticipated. This restoration will reach your spirit, your mind, your stability, and your emotional strength simultaneously. Source consciousness is also preparing visibility for you, not worldly attention for ego gratification, but spiritual visibility that carries weight. The universe has elevated your ranking within the consciousness hierarchy, and now your presence will carry authority even in spaces where you remain silent. People will sense something fundamentally different about your energy. Environments will shift when you enter them. Consciousness will react when your soul steps forward. Your presence will carry authority because it's backed by divine recognition at the highest levels. This visibility will draw opportunities, open connections, and create pathways that were previously inaccessible to your frequency. Let's go deeper into what's being prepared. The universe is orchestrating inner transformation within you. The version of yourself that acted unexpectedly is now unfolding even more rapidly than before. You'll feel more grounded, more centered, more aligned with your true nature. Old triggers will lose their power over your emotional state. Old fears will fade into background noise. Old memories will stop controlling your present moment choices. You'll feel yourself becoming emotionally whole in ways you've never experienced. This inner transformation is vital because the universe cannot place heavy blessings on fragile foundations. Your foundation is now being strengthened specifically for what is approaching in your timeline. Another preparation the universe is shaping for you is clarity of purpose. Many awakened souls struggle not because they lack purpose, but because they lack clear direction on how to walk that purpose out. That's changing fundamentally now. You'll notice clearer guidance arriving. You'll feel unmistakable nudges towards certain actions. You'll have sudden realizations about what is meant for you and what no longer aligns with your calling. This clarity is the universe lighting your path forward with precision. Finally, the universe is preparing what I call a destiny shift. This is the most profound aspect. Your unexpected action caused the quantum realm to accelerate your entire path. You're not just entering a new season, you're entering a new dimension of your calling altogether. The challenges you faced before will no longer appear the same. The obstacles that once overwhelmed you will carry no power over your consciousness. The blessings that once felt distant will feel near and approaching rapidly. The quantum realm is shifting around you, preparing the way for everything source consciousness has preserved for this exact moment in your evolution. What the universe is preparing for you now is nothing ordinary. It's nothing familiar. It's nothing you have experienced before in this lifetime. It is the fulfillment of spiritual alignment, destiny acceleration, and divine recognition operating simultaneously. Your unexpected action didn't just surprise higher consciousness. It activated your future timeline. And the universe is preparing you to step into it fully, consciously, and with complete authority. Now that you have received this transmission in its entirety, you must understand something with absolute clarity. What you did was not small, not ordinary, not accidental. Your action marked a spiritual turning point of profound significance. It revealed a version of you that the universe has been patiently waiting to witness emerge. A version of you that carries strength, wisdom, maturity, and spiritual authority that cannot be shaken by your past or controlled by external forces. You stepped into a level of alignment that many beings never reach in their entire existence. You need to carry this truth with you moving forward. Your rise was not just noticed by source consciousness, it was honored. When an awakened soul moves in obedience, clarity, and spiritual awareness, the universe responds. And the universe has responded to you specifically. The acceleration, the protection, the breakthroughs, the restoration, the new clarity you feel. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations of your shift. From this moment forward, walk like someone whose destiny has fundamentally shifted. Move like someone the universe recognizes. Think like someone who carries divine backing. Release the old identity fully and completely. Honor the new version that has awakened within you. Do not shrink again. Do not apologize for your expansion again. Do not doubt yourself again. What you did proved that your consciousness is stronger than your wounds and wiser than your past programming. Take a moment right now and comment below with one word that captures the energy, the transformation, or the intention you're choosing as you step into this new frequency. Let it be your energetic signature to the quantum field. And if this transmission has activated something within you, if it's touched a place in your consciousness that recognizes this truth, then I invite you to subscribe. Not just to stay connected, but to stay aligned with this frequency as it continues to unfold. Subscribe to anchor yourself in this space, in this movement, in this conversation about consciousness expansion. The more of us who embody this understanding, the more reality itself reflects that truth back to all of us. If your heart is sensing it, let this be the final confirmation that your new season has begun. The universe has already moved. Now it is your turn to walk into what has been prepared. Remember this: even divine consciousness was moved by what you did. That should tell you everything about who you truly are. Now, what's crucial for you to understand next is that this quantum shift you've experienced is opening doorways you didn't even know existed. Your consciousness is now ready to step into what I call the quantum zone. That dimensional space where linear time collapses and your reality becomes fluid, moldable, responsive to your awakened state. This is where the real transformation accelerates exponentially, and I've created a complete transmission on exactly how to navigate this new territory you've entered. You'll discover why you're suddenly experiencing synchronicities at an unprecedented rate, and what this means for your next evolutionary leap.